What upgrade should I add when building a house? The answer to this question is vastly more significant than what you thought when you clicked on this video. Massive mistakes are often made, as those who build a home often waste thousands of dollars. And a simple oversight, or deciding not to add something important, could leave you with major regrets. Choosing options for your home is exciting, but filled with landmines that can easily be avoided if you know what you're doing. Because I've built 5 homes for myself and helped more than 500 others do the same, I know how challenging it can be to select the options that will give you the most enjoyment and satisfaction in your new home. And I know that every dollar counts when it comes to building a house. So because I love you, I'm going to share the most important features when building a home. Make sure you watch to the end, where I'll share several recommendations to guide you through the home build process. Before we get to the upgrades, I need to speak directly to those of you who haven't started the process yet. I'll be quick. The most important decision that you'll make will most likely be the company that you choose to build your home. Pick the wrong one and you might seriously regret it. If you haven't started the process yet, you should probably come back to this video after watching 10 things you need to do when building a home. Look for that link below. When it comes to adding upgrades, focus first on your needs. This is things like the number of bedrooms and bathrooms. If you work from home, you might need an office. If you're older or have health issues, you might need a rambler or at least a bedroom on the main floor. Select a floor plan that fulfills your needs, but keep your budget in mind. One of the biggest mistakes people make is selecting a bigger home than needed. This severely hampers your ability to add the upgrades that you desire. Once you select a floor plan, go over it in detail multiple times to make sure you're not missing anything important. This could be something as simple as adding doors to your office. Understand that once you sign off with the builder on your structural plans, it's going to be very hard to make changes. And once the builder has picked up your building permit from the city, it's highly unlikely that the builder will allow any structural changes. If you forget to add something, take a deep breath and let it go. Your home will still be amazing. Now, if the builder does allow you to make changes after you've signed off, they'll most likely charge a change order fee on top of the cost to add that option. The other thing to consider after selecting a floor plan is the home site, which might have a lot premium. The additional cost of a bigger or better home site can be tens of thousands of dollars. Now that you have the final price of the home, plus the home site, you can add upgrades. One of the biggest complaints is that builders won't share their pricing for upgrades, making it extremely difficult to get an accurate final price. But it's not that they won't share, it's that they can't share. The builder's costs for many of the different options and upgrades change frequently. To keep an updated list would be a nightmare. Plus, flooring, cabinets, countertops, and custom features are changes that need to be priced out individually. Adding to the frustration, most builders won't grant access to the design center before you sign a contract. They're not trying to be secretive, they simply don't have the time to do pricing appointments for everyone who might build a home. To give you a general expectation on pricing, you should plan to add 10 to 20% of the base price of the home in upgrades depending on several factors. For instance, some builders include loads of incredible features, things like a 3-car garage, grandmaster bathroom, gourmet kitchen, 9-foot ceilings, and etc. While other builders come very basic. This goes back to the importance of researching home builders to not only find which one offers the best value, but also has a good reputation. What are the other factors that influence the price of the home? We already talked about the size of the home and the home site, but you also need to consider the specific location in the city or state where you live. Several years ago, when my wife and I were looking for a home site in our desired location, a decent half-acre lot was $250,000. At that price, we would need to build a smaller home with fewer upgrades. We found a 2-acre home site for $115,000, only 10 minutes further from our preferred location. That gave us the freedom to build a much larger home and add most of our desired features. Then of course the wild card in all of this is you. Are you happy with a modestly upgraded home? Or do you want it all? If you've got expensive taste, you should plan to go well above 20%. Now just real quick, if you're finding this information helpful, will you please give this video a thumbs up? For real estate tips and to stay up to date on the latest housing trends, please subscribe and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. I'd appreciate it more than you know. Okay, now that you've selected a builder, a floor plan, and a home site, you can get down to the nitty-gritty of adding upgrades. Once again, you should always start with the items from your list of needs. Next, you'll want to focus on structural items. Which ones do you really want? And what can you live without? Structural options usually have a much larger price tag, and most likely you'll need to limit how many of these items you will add. You'll also want to consider the structural items that will add the most value to your home. For instance, a 2-foot extension in the living room adds square footage to the house, giving your property more value than other options. Not to mention that 2-foot pop-out might give you the extra space that you need, and that's priceless. Other popular choices are things like a gourmet kitchen, a 3-car garage, a grandmaster bathroom, a fireplace, 9-foot ceilings on the main floor, and in the basement. But don't overlook the smaller structural items, things like adding a door to your office, additional windows, a large sliding glass door leading out to the backyard, larger windows, or taller doors on the main floor. I'm sure many of you are wondering, why choose structural items before the interior features? The reason is simple. Most structural options will be more expensive or maybe impossible to do after the home is built. There are other items that aren't structural, but hard to do later, like adding insulation in the walls and other energy-saving features. Adding energy-efficient items saves you money on a monthly basis, so the upfront cost is likely worth it. You may also want to consider adding double sinks in the bathroom, a laundry sink, and pre-plumbing for a future kitchen or bathroom in the basement. Don't forget to add electrical outlets and lighting fixtures. In most places, a furnace and an air conditioner is included, but if not, you want to do some research on the area to see if the furnace or the AC unit is something that most people prefer. If so, you should probably add them. Consider that adding many of these features after you close on the home can make a huge mess and cost a lot more than if you just added them in the beginning. So what locations in the home matter the most when adding upgrades? Most professionals would tell you to spend your money in the kitchen and the master bathroom. Upgrading these two locations will help the home sell faster when that time comes and make your home a more beautiful, enjoyable place to live. The gourmet kitchen is one of the most popular upgrades. It typically includes double ovens, a gas cooktop, a range hood, and a fancy faucet. This option transforms an ordinary kitchen into the centerpiece of the home. Common upgrades that enhance the kitchen even further include 42-inch upper cabinets, upgrading the kitchen sink from a double to a large single basin sink, and if your floor plan doesn't include an island, but there's space for it, you might want to add that as well. The Grandmaster bathroom is just as popular. It usually includes a separate tub and shower, adult height countertops, and double sinks. Some say a bathroom is a bathroom, but a Grandmaster bathroom with a soaker tub might be your only escape from the world. Or your children. Lock the door, grab a good book, light some candles, and slip into a warm bubble bath. On a bad day, it might be just what you need. Another upgrade that deserves some serious consideration is your flooring. There are loads of high quality, affordable options. A lot of people are replacing carpet with laminate for durability and because it requires less maintenance. When considering a carpet upgrade, you'll get more bang for your buck by increasing the thickness of the pad more than the actual carpet. This will make the carpet feel more expensive and extend its life. I usually recommend upgrading carpet and the pad at least a little. Yes, these options can be expensive, but they add a lot of value. And it's all part of the excitement when building a home. You get to choose what you want and what you can live without. Some of you may be thinking, maybe I should just buy an existing home. Truth is, building is not for everyone. But new home construction in most situations provides the best value. I'm not going to explain right now because I've already gone in depth in another video on building first buying existing. I'll put a link to that video below as well. Now you can move on to the interior upgrades. This is the fun part because you now have the opportunity to personalize the home to your style. But it's also the hard part because you're at the end of your budget. If you're like most people, you don't have the option to add every option that you want. Many builders offer a very limited list of options while others allow you to add pretty much anything you want. That means there's literally thousands of choices. If the builder's giving you a lot of freedom to add custom options, you want to take plenty of time to consider what's most important. Seek advice from family, friends, and professionals. This is just one of many great reasons to hire a real estate agent with new home construction experience before you visit a model home. If you're ready to build a home in Utah, be sure to reach out to me with your questions. Now, before deciding which options to add and not add, you might want to ask yourself these two questions. Number one, what things can I do later after I've saved some cash? And number two, what are things I can do myself to save money? In a few minutes, I'll share the most popular money-saving projects. Okay, most builders have a design center where you can see the options along with color samples. At this appointment, you'll choose your flooring, cabinets, countertops, plumbing fixtures, lighting fixtures, and often the exterior colors for your home. I should mention that usually the stove, dishwasher, and microwave are already included, but you may have the option to upgrade them at this meeting. And you may be able to add a refrigerator, washer, and dryer. These appointments can take 6 to 8 hours, so eat a solid meal and find a babysitter for the kids. The designer will price your options to help you stay on budget. If you really love one of the options, but it's too expensive, ask the designer if there's a similar, lower priced option. You might be pleasantly surprised. Pro tip, at the end of your design appointment, once you've made all your selections, don't second guess yourself. I've had clients spend weeks going back to the design center multiple times only to go back to the original selections. That's a lot of worrying for nothing. Okay, so as I was saying, there are loads of projects that can be done for less than what the builder charges. But remember, most builders will not allow you to do any work on the house until after you close. And yes, some of these projects are time consuming, but it's a great way to build equity into the home. Popular projects include replacing plumbing and lighting fixtures. You might add crown molding, shiplap, or build in shelving. On a larger scale, you could change out the flooring or finish the basement. And a lot of people like to add a kitchen backsplash or paint, among other things. Once again, most builders will not let you do any work on the home until after you close. Here are a few final but important thoughts. When designing your home, carefully consider the layout of the furniture. You'll likely want to add a few extra outlets. In rooms where you plan to hang a television, you might want to raise the outlets higher on the wall so you don't have a cord hanging down. And generally, garages don't have enough outlets, so you might want to add some. This would include some extra juice for an electric vehicle, even if you don't have one. Yet. The exterior of the home usually comes standard with 2 outlets, one in the front and one in the back. If you're building a larger home, you'll probably want to add a few more. And you might want to add a few outlets in the eaves for Christmas lights. You'll also want to consider adding ceiling fans, especially in the master bedroom and in the family room. And don't forget blinds and additional can lights if you so desire. If you still have room in your budget, you might see if the builder will add landscaping or fencing to the final price of the home, so you don't have to come up with the cash out of pocket to add these features later. As promised, here's my recommended videos. If you're trying to decide if it's a good time to build, check out why right now is the perfect time to build. If you're ready to get started, before you meet with builders, watch most important questions to ask before you build a home. To gain a better understanding of the process, I highly recommend that you watch How a House is Built, the most comprehensive video ever created on the home build process. You'll find links to all my recommended videos in the description below. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, I get contacted all the time. Please feel free to call or text me with your questions. I'd love to meet you, and I'm honored to serve you. For everyone else, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. I always do my best to respond to each one of you. If you have a friend or a family member looking to build a home, you can easily text this video to them. And please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.